Right now, there's an apocalyptic story running everywhere, running amok, that AI is coming for our jobs. AI is going to take all our jobs. Techno unemployment, it's going to be everywhere. And that's an apocalyptic story. We can't understand AI. It scares us and we are confused by it. So we either go utopia. Oh my God, AI is going to be perfect. And this is, Demis Hammamla saying AI is going to cure all disease in the next 10 years, right? That's utopia. Or we go apocalypse, right? Rogue AI, joblessness, etc. So here's why that's so problematic from where I sit, which is if you say AI is coming for our jobs, it's going to take all our jobs and we're going to have widespread technical unemployment. And we better get to UBI, universal basic income, really quickly, right? All those things that you're hearing. It obscures the real question. And the real question is the following. It's not AI is coming for our jobs. That's not what we've seen at all. What we've seen is that AI makes experts super dangerous. The problem is, how do you get young, early stage employees who are coming into companies and train them up to the expert level fast? That's the issue. We have a secondary issue that's not really here exactly unless you're a coder right now, which is how do we take older employees who have aged out of what they're doing and reskill them very quickly? That is a different question. And the reason it's a different question is we already know the answer. We know that the biology of optimal performance, optimal learning, optimal creativity, optimal productivity, optimal performance is flow. We understand the neurobiology. We understand where the state comes from, how to trigger it, how to work with it. We also know that if you're going to train people in new skills very, very quickly, you're going to use AI to do it. So the question you're really asking is, how do we couple flow and AI together to reskill people faster than ever before? That's a very different, that's a question you can start to answer. You even know where to start to answer. You know what I mean? And so it get in this apocalyptic story that we're telling, we're obscuring what is actually a much simpler question, one that has answers, and those answers have to be brought to scale. That's the issue. So this is one of the reasons we sort of wrote this book is old cognition in a new world defaults to ways of thinking that are actually dangerous and sort of obscure opportunity and or disguise opportunity as threat in a sense. And this is a great example.
Yeah. Yeah. I think later in the book, you actually have the 10 commandments listed out of how humans could work better with AI, right?
That's just like, yeah, that's the other half of this, right? Which is, so at the Flow Research Collective, when I actually founded this organization, almost a decade ago, one of the reasons I did was this exact problem. I'm from Cleveland, sort of blue under the collar, grew up in that world. And I know that the largest blue collar workforce in America are truck drivers. And the autonomous trucks are going to replace all of their jobs as a general illness. There might be some boutique trucking company where like, I want my Rolex watch and it's hand delivered by a human trucker. But like, other than that, other than bespoke ridiculousness, it's going to be autonomous. It takes about 15 years for a truck fleet to go extinct. So that won't happen completely until like 2045. But we knew that, and I got a chance because I wrote about the first early autonomous cars very early on. So I rode around in the first Google autonomous car back in 2009 and 10. And I saw what was coming then. And then, when Elon started talking about the trucks, cyber trucks, you saw it. You're like, oh, this is where it's going. It's very clear. Let's see if we can solve this problem. And we tried to get out ahead of it. On the AI stuff, we started to realize, oh, crap. When humans work with AIs, there are all kinds of problems with cognition. And we're hearing about this now. Cognitive overloading, cognitive offloading. If you actually look at what's being eroded, there's about 12 different categories of cognition that AI threatens to jeopardize.